Hey, it's Jan, and this is day 7, part 2 of 100 days of making comics. Every day, I will devote at least 1 hour a day to work on my personal project. It is a little bit of a comic book that I've got going here. I've got several pages fully laid out, and I've been working in this little sketchbook, which you're hopefully watching right now if my attempt at picture in picture actually is working. I've been working on several characters that are going to be in those first 10 pages that I've been talking about in my last couple of videos. Um, these characters are all drawn straight into ink, and before you ask me what I use, Stedler. They're kind of like microns, they're very disposable, they usually last me a couple of days. Well, it depends which ones. I'm very fond of the 0.5 something something and 0.8 when I'm not using my brand new Japanese brush pen, which I'm in love with. That baby right there. I love this thing. But at the art store, they didn't have any of the cartridges, and they actually said it would probably be cheaper for me to just buy a new one of these and then get the 2 cartridges with that one. So I'll have to do a little bit more searching, because the option they gave me of using a syringe and some German ink seems a bit full on. With my new little sketchbook, I go straight to inks. I use no pencil, and this is kind of a little bit of an exercise in art, in the sense of there was this one thing that Will Terrell said in his video with Kevin last week, I think. Was it really only last week? It feels like 3 weeks ago now. And that is eliminate hesitation. And for me, that really hit home, because when you go digital as an artist, the power of undo allows you to perfect lines to such an extent that this drive for getting the perfect line takes over, and it actually takes longer to finish pieces, I find. And what I've noticed, the way I've been drawing in the past week, working on my little comic book project, is that I don't have time. I have to finish more and more art. I want to finish more and more art, and it means many sleepless nights, because sometimes I simply don't have the time because of my day job. And so I stay up way too late and get up way too early because I can't sleep or something hits me. But I really feel like even in my traditional arts, the way I've been using a printer and scanner and using blue pencils, and it's all for getting the art to look prettier. But this is not the actual art of the comic book I'm doing here. These are concept designs for characters. So there's really no, I mean, sure, I can have a little bit of fun, but the eliminate hesitation kind of got to me, in the sense of like, just stop worrying so much and just make the drawing. And these drawings you are watching right now, that is, if my attempt at picture in picture actually worked, these drawings you're watching, there are so many moments as I'm watching this right now myself where I was just thinking like, oh my god, I've just absolutely ruined it, or this is not what I want. But I remember drawing like that in the past, where the piece comes out okay because you find ways to cheat, to work around your mistakes and make them fit in. And if all else fails, there's always Tipex or whiteout or whatever they call that. So I'm very pleased with how the character designs in this little sketchbook came out. Like, this is kind of, for this girl in particular, I probably have like 4 or 5 drawings, which are all very similar. But this is the one where I'm like, this is it. Like, this is, she stands out the most of all the designs I've made. Like, the friends I've shown it to, they all gravitate towards her the most. But for all the characters, people like the art style, and they seem to get they seem to get the personality or role these people have straight away. They seem to latch onto them. So yes, I like where this ensemble cast is going. People are already starting to ask like who's gonna live and who's gonna die. Since I've already admitted what my inspiration is. My inspiration is the movie Alien. I think it should be obvious there's only going to be one survivor. And so the whole fun of reading the comic book should be like watching a movie like this, which is who are you going to be rooting for and who do you think is going to live? And it's probably not going to be who you think it is. Sorry, guys. Just to give you a little heads up, but that is kind of where, if I follow along this story, if I follow along the template of the movie, then that is what is going to happen, right? And that is why I need a lot of characters, and I need to fill up this sketchbook as quickly as possible. So, in this video, in this part 2, there are 4 characters. They're definitely going to be in the first 10 pages. They're they're 2 of the raggedy kids as I refer to them. They get to do all the manual labor on this vessel. It is not a very nice life they live. They have a boss, a taskmaster, if you will. He is not the nicest of people, but he does look out for them. Like, he is kind of this tough love father figure, if you will, and he keeps them away from the rest of the crew and keeps the rest of the crew away from them. And there goes the phone. Screen's intact. Man, I already broke my headphones. If I broke my iPhone right now, that would be like the worst thing ever. Besides having crappy internet. Anyway. So, everything is still working. It's all good. Nothing to worry about. So yeah, the cast is coming along nicely. I've got the first, in part 1, you saw the first couple of pages being laid out. In the video for tomorrow, obviously day 8, I'm going to continue the work on the layouts. I'd also like to do a little bit of a recap of the past week. There's been quite some changes I've gone through in the past week. There's been quite some excitement and upheaval in this first week, just kind of getting into the swing of things, and I kind of want to talk about that for just a little bit. While obviously I'll be drawing away at the same time. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think of the character designs. Let me know what you think of where the art is going. I have to say I'm quite proud of how the art came out, for going at it without too much forethought. Like, I didn't have any sketches lying around. I just drew the characters. Like, this is what I want. And this is what came out. I do think the style I'm aiming for, it is very much black and white and lots of cross-hatching. My cross-hatching has to get better. This is a exercise in that direction, I guess. But I do think it's going to be a little bit more realistic. I think a lot of these designs are a little too comic booky, cartoony, which is fine, because I really like how they came out, but I do think my art is gonna just a tad bit more. But we'll see. So yeah, let me know, hit me up in the comments, subscribe if you want automatic updates, and I am going to go draw some more, because I have a lot of work cut out for me, and this is my last day off this week. So, see you guys tomorrow, or whenever the next video uploads.